A Russian soldier is seen attempting to take cover among the ruins. A Ukrainian FPV drone detected his position and monitored the situation closely. The terrain offered very limited concealment, leaving the soldier with few options. Upon noticing the approaching drone, he attempted to find cover but remained exposed. The FPV drone then conducted a precise observation, effectively containing the situation. Ukrainian Special Operations Forces fighters conducted an operation on rear positions in the Lyman direction. The action took place in a forested area, where a Russian bunker was identified. Ukrainian soldiers first moved the entrance covering of the bunker aside. Shortly afterward, a Ukrainian drone was deployed into the bunker, resulting in a strong blast inside the position. After a brief pause, a Ukrainian soldier deployed a grenade into the bunker and applied controlled fire toward the interior. Moments later, voices were heard from inside indicating an intention to surrender. Shortly after, 2 Russian soldiers emerged and surrendered, bringing the operation to a conclusion. In this video, a Ukrainian FPV drone engaged Russian soldiers hiding inside a damaged house. The soldiers were attempting to conceal themselves, but the drone engaged their position. A Russian soldier, visibly exhausted, is seen struggling to move forward while carrying a backpack and holding his weapon. After walking for some time, he stops to rest and sits at a table along the roadside. At that moment, a Ukrainian drone operator deploys an FPV drone, which engages the soldier while he is stationary. In this footage, a Russian soldier attempts to take cover among bushes but is quickly detected by a drone. With limited cover and no clear route to move away, he comes under a precision engagement. Footage shows African mercenaries operating alongside Russian forces coming under observation by Ukrainian FPV drones. The video highlights how drones monitor movements and impact tactical operations on the front lines. The following situation unfolds on a dirt road near an area of active fighting. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone observes 3 Russian soldiers gathered near a small forward position. One soldier appears to have arrived from a nearby base to meet 2 others who have just completed a long movement. The 2 newcomers look fatigued, breathing heavily as they exchange brief greetings. For several moments, the group remains focused on their interaction, unaware they are being observed from above. As the soldiers begin to separate and prepare to move on, a Ukrainian drone is already moving toward the location. As the sound of its engine becomes noticeable, the soldiers finally look up and attempt to react. One of them begins to raise his weapon, but the response comes too late. The drone rapidly closes the distance and commits to the engagement, effectively incapacitating the group under continuous aerial control before they are able to disperse or reach cover. A Russian soldier trips on ice while attempting to evade a Ukrainian FPV drone. Footage shows him struggling to recover and calling out for help, while the Ukrainian forces continue their operation without interference. In a snow-covered area, a group of Russian soldiers were traveling aboard a vehicle when a Ukrainian FPV drone approached the trailer. The footage shows that the soldiers had limited options to move as the drone monitored the vehicle. Observe a Russian soldier monitored by a drone. The individual, moving alone in a completely open field, attempts to evade the situation. However, the soldier, who was unarmed, had no means to protect himself under the circumstances. A Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicle captures the aftermath of an intense clash following the repulsion of Russian forces from an area near the Kyiv region. The footage reveals a stark scene: damaged and abandoned armored vehicles, scattered pontoon equipment, and terrain marked by numerous craters caused by artillery fire of various calibers. The scale of disabled armored vehicles indicates that Russian forces sustained significant losses. This outcome was the result of coordinated artillery strikes and drone operations working together. Ukraine's sustained and determined defense ultimately forced Russian forces to withdraw from the area. The next scene takes place inside a heavily damaged building, partially flooded with water up to knee level. A Russian soldier attempts to defend himself by throwing nearby objects toward an approaching Ukrainian drone. Despite these improvised efforts, the drone maintains stable flight and continues along its intended course. The sequence illustrates how limited, improvised responses offer little effectiveness once a drone has fully committed to its flight path. A Russian vehicle carrying soldiers comes under drone surveillance. The driver manages to exit the vehicle immediately, but the personnel riding on top are unable to move away in time as the situation unfolds. Take a close look at this Russian soldier. Despite an FPV drone flying very close to him, he continues moving forward, appearing unaware or unable to respond to the situation beside him. Even after noticing the drone, the soldier shows little visible reaction. As he approaches an abandoned house, the drone moves in to carry out its engagement, and the situation quickly reaches a decisive moment. Amazing footage shows a Ukrainian FPV drone detecting a group of Russian soldiers and immediately moving to engage. One of the soldiers avoided being affected by remaining motionless on the ground in an unusual posture. Another soldier attempted to move away but was unable to evade the drone, which reached the position of the moving soldier.